since I'm on vacation and I can't be working on the boat, we're gonna put together a video called Top 5 Reasons Why You Should Restore an Old Ski Boat, particularly a ski nautique. They're the best. What's the #1 reason to restore a ski boat? If you could pick something you like about restoring ski boats, what would you pick? Look at the camera, sweetie.
I get to have a boat.
Why would you recommend doing it to somebody? No, I don't. Why would you recommend having somebody do a ski boat? Restore a ski boat?
If you're broke and you can't afford a $50,000
that was gonna be #1. #1 was gonna be they're really cheap.
$150,000 boat, and you want a $10,000 boat?
Good job. #1 was they're really cheap.
#1.
All right, we're talking about late 80s to early 90s Theyre Craft ski nautiques. Unlike house restoration where you got to sink a lot of money into it, unlike trying to fix up an old classic car, Theyre Craft just made one ski nautique each year, and over the years they didn't change that much other than the body style to it. And you can pick them up pretty cheap. First one I bought, $4,000. Fiberglass was in great shape. Second one, $2,500. You can buy them with cash. You can fix them up with cash. You can easily turn around and make a profit or just enjoy the boat.
#2. #2.
All right, the #2 reason to restore one of these old ski boats is that they're actually quite simple. There's really not that much to them. All the other projects that you could get into restoration-wise can get a lot more complicated than an old little ski boat. Yeah, see, with a car, you got all kinds of stuff to worry about. Shocks, brakes, you got brake lines going everywhere. You got tires, tie rods, mufflers, catalytic converters. Everything is rusting on the car. All your wiring is inaccessible. There's lights, electrical parts everywhere. But your ski boat's essentially pretty simple. You strip away the seats and the carpet, and basically what you have is a big piece of fiberglass and a nice old engine sitting in the middle of it with a steering wheel and a dashboard. I mean, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's nothing like a car. So you don't have to be a mechanic. You don't have to own a bunch of special tools. If you're handy and you don't mind watching some YouTube videos, you could pick up one of these boats and you could restore it yourself.
#3. There are so many great resources to help you redo your boat. NautiqueParts.com still has a lot of their materials, decals, stuff you can order for your 80s boats, 90s boats. You can go find it on their website, or they are really helpful if you want to email them, tell them what boat you have. They'll help tell you what you need to order. Also, there are very good forums and Facebook groups. I came across the forums when I was searching what we wanted to do to our first boat, and most of the time you're going to find somebody who's already done it. So they give some really great tips, things to look out for, places to order what you need. So really great forums. Also, Facebook group. There's a Nautique fans or Nautique owners Facebook group you can go to for some good help. And that's it. #4.
#4 might be my favorite thing about redoing old ski boats, the engine. These engines sound amazing. They're powerful. They're simple. Most of these old ski nautiques have a Pleasure Craft motor, but it's basically built off of a Ford 351 Windsor. This is just a classic V8 engine. Unlike new engines today that are computerized and electrical, these are just old school classic big engines. They have a carburetor on top of it, so you're not even dealing with fuel injection. If you want to get into engines, if you want to learn a little bit about engines, or you want to actually do some of your own work on an engine, like the good old days, you can do it on this boat. Not only is it a huge, classic, fun engine, it sits in the middle of the boat, so you have access to every part of it. It's not even like an engine that's sitting in a car that you can barely get to half the parts, or things have to be mounted in strange places. Plus, it's just a boat engine, so you're not connecting air conditioning to it, radiators to it, complicated transmissions. The engine is far and away the coolest thing about these boats.
Number 5.
What's number 5, babe?
They're super sweet boats.
Yes, they're gorgeous boats.
They're gorgeous boats.
They're just like my wife. No matter how old they get, they still look really good.
I'm not old.
You're older than the boats we're restoring.
Still not old.
You're born in 81.
Shut up.
Oh. But seriously, if you haven't played around in an old ski boat like this, you're missing out. They're absolutely gorgeous. The way they ride in the water is fantastic. If you haven't felt the power of a 351 in a boat this size, it's fantastic. They look absolutely gorgeous, and they sit real low to the water. There's nothing like going for evening putts around a lake, dragging your hand in the water while you're actually steering the boat. If you don't have one, you're missing out. You should definitely invest. All right, that's it. That's that top 5. If you disagree or have other thoughts or things to add, put them down in the comments. Don't be a hater. Subscribe to this channel.